Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for coming back to join me today. I just want to finish off with you the purple tab bound journals that I've been making. I've finished one so that um, I've got it in my head what I'm doing, and it's a good job I did because I went completely wrong. So I do get confused with doing the tabs on the journals. So, if you get confused, you're not the only one. You're not on your own. If I just open it up, you can see that I've done 3 tabs and 2 tabs alternately. And I like the way that this works out, and I've just tied it with some purple. So there's all different purples, pinky purples, deep purples, all sorts going on. So I'm really happy how it's turned out. I'm never sure when I do a project whether it's going to work or not, but I love these, and they just feel nice in your hand. So these, if you remember, if you've watched my previous videos, and I will put it in a playlist, I've made I'm going to call them pages. I collaged onto some scrapbooking paper. So they are quite sturdy, they're quite thick, and I've collaged front and back. The papers that I used are from Artie Mays, and it's her purple collage set and the purple medley that I've mostly used in this. There may be other bits and pieces I've used, but mostly that's what I've done. And I've done most of it with you, I think. So on the front there, we made the pocket. I added the little girl, the little Tim Holtz girl, and it says "Own Your Dreams," and I love that iris, beautiful. Then inside there's a little journaling card, and this is one of the full size collage pages. It's one of the collage pages that I've shrunk down, so I think I did 4 to a page, and I've just done it as a little journaling card. And it does fit in that pocket. And then in the top there's a little journaling card as well. And these, as I say, are from Andrea's kit. If it's not Andrea's, I'll shout, but most of them are. So that's the front page. Then as we go inside, this is one of the pockets that came with her kit, and I've just put a couple of journaling cards in there that you can write on. So there's actually more journaling space in this than you would perhaps think. I didn't want to cover up that flower, which is why I put a corner pocket on there. And I'm always mindful where the tabs are going to go when I'm making one, so that you're not going to cover something up that's vital to your design, if you know what I mean. This is just a paper bag that you kind of get in the sweetie shops, and I put a pocket on the front, and I decorated that with a couple of the Tim Holtz ladies, and it says "Remember to Play," and they're just sitting on that little bit of purple lace, and that's got one of the Tim Holtz diamante sparkly things attached to it. Then there's a couple of journaling cards. These images are from Mrs. Cogg's Lavender in the Garden. I think that's the only other kit that I've used. And then the butterfly on that journal card, and they've all been backed, and they just go in there. The lavender in the garden, it just went perfectly with this purple theme. And then we've got a journal card. I think that might be from Roxy Creations actually, but it was purple. I think she has a purple kit as well, so trying to use purples. And then I just put a little ruffle on there. Then on the back of that, it's just one of Andrea's collage sheets that I've just torn off because it is only a paper bag. It's not dead sturdy. So I just added that just to give it a little bit of strength. Then here we've got a glassine bag that I've added a pocket onto with a butterfly. And again, one of Mrs. Cogg's Lavender in the Garden. And that goes in there. And then one of Andrea's tags in there. That just slips in there, and I like it because you can still see the pattern behind, so it doesn't cover it all up. And then that just fits in there. Then this flips up, so you could write on that, or you could put a picture on it, or whatever. And then that does come out, excuse me. And then it's just some extra papers that I had left over that you can use either to write on, so you can use it as a writing pad, or you can do what you will with it. And then I've put 2 little booklets in this one. So this has got 8 pages altogether, plus 2 little journal books. And these are just tied in with baker's twine type string. So they come out, so you know, you don't have to have them in there, because I tried to make sure that it wasn't too, can you see, not too fat and bulky, because you don't want it to pull too much on your spines, I guess. So it's just got 2 little books in it that you can write in. Take them out and write in them, and then slip them back in. They are stitched together with 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And I've just picked different papers that I either had left over from this, or that I've got laying around that just needed a home. So they just go in there. I forget how many I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 32. So there's 64 pages altogether in this. You wouldn't think you could fit so many in. I know they're only little, but it's only a little notebook, isn't it? It's only a little journal. It's not a big one. So that fits in there. Then we've got the envelope that we decorated together, and this is the one that's got the lavender field. So they have the lavender pages on there. It's got a journal card in the back. And then on the back, I put the ballerina, because why wouldn't you dance through a field of lavender? And it says, if you're lucky enough to be different, never change. So that went in there. And we'll have her facing out, I think, like that. And then in there, I've put one of Mrs. Cogg's journaling cards, and I've backed it with one from Andrea, one of her purple kit papers. I thought that's just so vibrant and purple. So that just, and it's got extra writing space. That's avocado dyed. I didn't have any purple paper. Else I'd have used it if I had. But I thought avocado dye will go nicely. And then we've got the lady that I did, and I've given her the butterfly wings. And she's got some collaged fabrics down there, some lace. And then I just put that beautiful journal card in there. Again, that's Mrs. Cogg's. And then that's just Andrea's, I think that's in the purple medley kit. But it's just beautiful, and I think she just looks amazing posing just there. Then we've got one of the pockets that comes with the kits, and I've put one of the little men on it. And then again, I've just used that card to decorate. They do go in. They are a little bit tight sometimes. And then here we've got the envelope that flips out. And then I've just put a couple of journaling cards in that pocket there. And you can still see the pattern on there. There's ladies peeking out. And then this is the second of the books. And I think this has got the same pages in it. I think that might have one extra page, so at least 64 pages, if not a little bit more. And again, it just comes out, you know, you can slide it out quite easily, look, and just slide it back in. And you take it out and leave them out if you want to. It, you know, it's personal choice, isn't it? Then we've got these little journal cards that go in that pocket there on the front. This is that scrapbooking paper card that I had. Another journal card just there. There we go. Can't see what I'm doing. And I've tried to pick purple fabrics as well. Purple's a hard colour to find. When you start looking for it, you'd be surprised how little you can find that's purple. That's the scrapbooking paper. Corner tuck there. And a beautiful lady in the garden there. Then this pocket, did we do it together? I think we might have done. Still see the dragonfly there, journal card. So if you don't like purple, you won't like this. Then that flips out that way, so you can write on there, and it flips out that way. And I know I did this in the other journal with you, and then you can either write on that, stick something on it, do whatever. And then this is the back. So that just opens up, and then in there, we've got another little booklet. Oh, 3 booklets. I wasn't counting this one, was it? And I've just put these in. I haven't stitched around this yet, but that will be backed in purple as well and stitched around. And they just go in there. And then this has just got some papers in. And yeah, It goes that way. It goes that way, so the pocket's at the back. I remember now. That's the front, but I wanted it that way in the pocket, so you're holding that when you get it out. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. So I think there's about 14, 28 pages in that. So again, just using up the bits and pieces. It wouldn't matter if you had it the other way round, other than that page would be upside down. So that goes in there. And it just closes like that. And that's Andrea's paper as well, isn't it beautiful? And then on the back, we've got one of Andrea's images. And then some ladies that have been picking lilac, I think. So that's the first one. That's the one that I finished. So this was kind of my prototype to see if I could get it to work how I wanted it to. I've done this to tie on the back, but again, personal choice. You don't have to tie it on the back. So that's that one. Hope you like it. So we are going to put this one together now. I want them to be in the same order, and I've got them all jumbled up. So I'll put that one to the side, but I'll kind of use it as reference. I know that's the back page. Good to go. Where's the front page? That's the front page. So we've got that one, and then I know it's the bag that goes next. So that's 2. The one with the pocket goes next. I'm just checking I'm getting them the right way around. Did I want to put it that way? I don't know. I'll think about that in a minute. Then we've got the envelope. Then we have put them, this is just me wanting them in this particular order. That one has to go that way because I put the pocket on that side. And I don't want the tabs. If I put tabs on that side, it would cover the butterfly. So that one is going to go the opposite way around. So that's going to go that way. Then I think it is yes, that's that one, isn't it? I've missed this one out. I have missed one. Where did that go? Where, oh, where? Oh, it goes after the envelope. That one. So that will go that way. Yes, because I don't want to put the tabs on there. Then we've got the kit page, the scrapbooking paper page. Then we've got that one, and then we've got that. So I think that should be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8, calling them pages in there. So I'm going to bind these with you. Right, I'm rolling my sleeves up because I have to take a deep breath when I do this because I always get confused. So, if you think you're going to get confused with it, take a deep breath. And if I could find the glue I want, that would be helpful. I know I've got a shorter one of these, and I think I'm going to use that on the back. Will that just wrap round? I think that I'm one of these short. So I have got some other fabric, but it's not quite as wide. But I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to go with it. We're going to go with the flow. So let's make a start. So I've got my cards, I've got my pages in order, and I've got the first one. Now the first one is going to have 3 tabs. I know that. And so I'm going to start roughly in the middle. Roughly in the middle. I'm going to put my glue on. You can stitch these on as well. There is no rules. I know Susie from the Shabby Soul, when she puts hers together, she uses the Tim Holtz linen tape for hers. I have got some of that linen tape and I've not actually used it yet. I think what puts me off or worries me, well, that's a wide tab, isn't it? Just get that stuck on there. I think what worries me a little using the linen tape is whether the bit in between here is still sticky, and that wouldn't that stick to those? Clearly it can't, because that's how Susie puts hers together all the time, so it can't be wrong, you know. But I am just such a worrywart when it comes to making things, I tell you. So that's my 3 tabs. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! It's a doddle, isn't it? The next one is going to have 2 tabs. Okay, so page 1, I'm going to turn over. Page 2 will attach like that, super duper, but I need to put 2 tabs on it. Now I'm just going to take those out. Now I'm going to lay it how it's going to look in the book. Okay, so that they are going to face each other. And I'm going to take my 2 tab colour and the gap in between the 3. I haven't joined these together yet. Don't join them together till you've done this bit. I am going to put this is where I went wrong last time. I put them on that side. It was a disaster. I had to use another bag. I've wasted a bag. Fancy being upset that you've wasted a paper bag. Can you believe it? But I am. I don't have many of these. I like sweet bags, but a little bit thicker. Right. So now that has 2. That has 3. That I am going to lay down there. I'm talking because I get it wrong. That is going to go 1, 2, 3. So you are attaching the front tag to the second one. Don't do it with the 2. You are using the 3 because they're going to attach to the next one. I also kind of lay it. I don't know if you can see, there's about 1/8 of a gap there. I'm not going to put them bumped right up. I don't need that to be quite as long. Because if you do, it makes you, if you pull these really tight, it makes it a tight fit for the journal. So that's 1. Oopsie. Don't I always get glue everywhere? 2. I'd rather have them loose than too tight. They don't wobble about. 3. I can go back and add more glue on these bits when it's put together. That's not a problem. So that one could do with being a little bit closer. So if you can see if I can hold it up to you, there's a gap. It's not 1/4 of an inch and it's a bit more than 1/8, but there's just that little gap. Okay, I'm going to put these back in just so that I remember where they go to. You don't have to. In fact, no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to put them in. I'm going to leave them out and I'm going to turn them upside down. So that's slot 1. Right. I'll do this as I go. Let's just put a little bit of extra glue there. They're glued down. Okay, so that one's got 2 tabs. I'm going to take my next one off the pile. And this is going to have 3 because that one has 2 tabs. Okay. Another way to remember it is there's 3 tabs here. So there must be 3 tabs there. So you're following a pattern. So I'm going to add my 3. On here. If you can hear my dog snoring, she's fast asleep, bless her. Do you know, I thought I got 2 there. So that's 1. And this is where I mean, you don't, you know, you could put your tab over that bag, but I don't particularly want to. And you don't want them to overlap the tabs that your 2 tabs either. So I'm quite generous with my glue. It's stuck to my finger. So that's 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to flip it over, lay it on top. Would it be embarrassing if this goes wrong when I'm with you? I'm going to take that out because I don't want to get that stuck in. So that's going to go in the next pocket. And then I am going to put 3 on here. No, I'm not. You see, what did I tell you? How easy it is to go wrong? I'm not doing the 3 because the 3 belong to this tab. I am doing the 2. I knew I'd get it wrong. So not the 3, you're doing the 2 because you did 3 last time. 3, don't do. 2. What are you like, Carol? So that is going to go slightly over there. So what I'm going to do is, one moment, I need my sharper scissors. If I lay these on top of each other, this is sort of half and half on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little snip on there. You don't have to do this if you know, but I just don't want to seal up. I don't want to close this up because I'm putting that booklet in it, aren't I? So that is going to glue there and that's going to glue there. Okay, and I'm trying to leave a little gap again. So I'm going to I'm going to put this bit of glue on here and I'm going to glue that bit on. And then I'm going to glue that one underneath like that. And the reason that I've got that there is because I'm just going to put that like that because I don't want this to close. So that to me holds it, and then we've got that gap there. Where does the next booklet go? So that's going to have a booklet in there, I think. Yeah, so there's going to be a little booklet in there. So I want to make sure that I'm leaving a little bit of a gap so that the booklet can fit. And then this one, the 2, not the 3. Tell you what I would think might be useful if you're anything like me is have a piece of paper next to you, 2, 3, 2, 3. And as you as you glue down the 3s, you know you're going to do 2 next. A bit tighter on that one. There we go. So that's 2. I'm going to leave that there just for a little minute. Then we have the envelope. I don't want to seal it up because we've got that lady in there and her butterfly wings. There we go. So make sure I'm putting that way. I'm going to take that booklet out because I don't want to get glue on that, and I'm going to take the little ticket out. Okay, so this one is 2. So this is going to have 2 added on it. So I can put, I think I'm running out of 2s. I've got some more fabric there though. So that's going to go on there. And then again, this, I don't want it to interfere with that. I don't want to interfere with that pocket, do I? So again, I'm just going to put that little bit of snippet. Maybe it's just me that's a worrywart. Well, I know I am. I know I am a worrywart. And then I'm going to glue that on there. And then that'll be dry now, so I can just put that there because I don't want that to close up. And that's still a pocket just there. There we go. So then that will turn over. I'm not gluing the 2s because I've just put them on. It's going to be the 3s. So the 3s go on here. Oops, come on, Carol. So we've got 1. I'm not even looking at the clock. I have no idea how long this is taking me. But I wanted to show you how I do it. It is confusing because you're adding tabs on and they're flapping in front of you and you pick them up. Just make sure I've left a gap. Yep, that one can come over slightly. 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. Happy with that. Happy with that. That's still a pocket there. I've not glued it up and I've not glued that one up, so that's good. We'll leave the lady. I'll add her on later. The next one, I'm just going to take those out of there. It's 3 because that last page has 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's take that out as well. 1, 2, 3. So I'm back to my 3s. Trying to keep the pages level with each other as well. Oh, it's all going on, isn't it? 1. You don't have to line them up with the tabs of the previous colour, but I think it does look a lot neater if they actually do, if they do match that little bit. You know, if they're matching, it looks neater on the back. If they're placed in the same positions is what I'm trying to say. I could be trying to say anything at the minute. I'm concentrating so hard. Oh dear. Right, 1, 2, 3. I'm not gluing the 3s because I've just put them on. I am gluing the 2s. So again, leveling it up top and bottom. Yep. And leaving a little gap there. And I'm gluing it over. 1. It is the 3s, isn't it? Yeah. No, not the 3s. You see how easy? That's twice I've done that. Not the 3s. You said it. You said, Carol, not the 3s. And then you're trying to glue the 3s. Not the 3s. Right. This is for the 2s. Okay. 2s. So we have a 2 here. Tell you what, I do need to write down 2, 3, 2, 3 and cross them off. Most definitely. What a numpty. See, we all make mistakes. 2, leave a little gap. Yeah, that's okay. Leave a little gap here. I don't know, you tell yourself not to do it, and then you do it. What's that about? 2. So we've got 3. So it matches, look, 3. So now it's a 2er, Carol. I've picked 2 up there, look. Take that card out. Yeah, this one's going to have 2 on because that one had 3. You see? You see? Oh dear. So that's going to go... Again, it's going to go over that pocket, isn't it? What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it on there to within an inch of its life. The right way around would be good. 2, trying to keep them matched up again. Try not to cover up all this dragonfly. I've done it wrong. I have done it wrong because I want it that way, don't I? You see? Easy to go wrong. Because because I didn't want to cover that butterfly up, did I? So, twos, doing the twos. I hope I haven't confused you all too much. I wanted to do this video to show you it's not as difficult as it seems, and all I've done is make mistakes. Easily remedied though, easily remedied. It's if you spot your mistakes in time before your glue's stuck. If your glue hasn't stuck, I mean if your glue has stuck and you realise that you've made an awful mistake and you've put your tab in completely the wrong place, I wouldn't worry, to be honest, because this is collaged. So if you tear the paper, taking your tab off to correct yourself, put another piece of paper on, collage it, it's collaged. Covers a multitude of sins. Right, so this time, not the twos, I'm adding the threes. Adding the threes. So we've got one there. Got one here. Nothing's ever simple, folks. A bit more glue there. Deep in concentration now. And then this one here at the bottom. I'm going to cut a little bit off that one. I think I cut my tabs. I don't know if I said that at the start. I was too eager to get going, wasn't I? If I didn't say it. I think I cut my tabs 1.5 inches length and about 1 inch wide. Yeah, about 1 inch by 1.5 inches. But it's going to depend. Perfect. It's going to depend on how tall your project is as to how big your tabs are going to be. You don't want them too thin, but they don't need to be really thick. So, you know, think about that maybe as well. This has to go this way, and this is the 3. And this is the last one that we are going to add tabs to. So hopefully I'm not going to get this one wrong, because this will attach the back page to itself. So you do not need to put tabs on the back page. So try and remember that. That's why I tab as I go, so to speak. Because then I know I don't need to put any on the back page. If you put all your tabs on before you do it, you know, you will find your own way. Just take a deep breath and go for it. Okay, that was the 3s. So Carol, glue the 2s. Let me open that, so we're not going to do it. Glue the 2s, glue the 2s. Maybe if you're mathematically minded, this will come easier to you. I am not mathematically minded at all. Maths and me just don't. My grandson helps me with my maths, can you believe it? How embarrassing. Yep, 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to let that dry actually a little bit. And then we are to the back page. No tabs added on the back page. Do not add tabs to your back page. It does not need it. But I am going to add or glue them on here. If you think that, you know, you want to stitch these on afterwards, you can do. Just bear in mind, you know, you might be closing up pockets and things like that if you were to. Oops, that one doesn't want to glue, does it? Glue there, you little monkey. Oh, it's slipping about. Why isn't it not going? 1. Hope I'm still in frame. I'm concentrating so much on doing this, tell you. 2, and that just needs a little bit on there. And then the last one. And we are nearly there, folks. We are so nearly there. And I think if you do this without a mistake, you deserve a medal. I'd love to know. I'd be so jealous if you do it and you get it in one. So jealous. That one can come over slightly bit more. Okay. Ta-da! So there, I haven't left any out, have I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I have 8. I have 8 tabbed on. So let's just go and put these journal cards back in where they belong. So we've got that one there. We've got these that go in there. That goes in there. And that goes in that one. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit, I'm just going to check the tabs as I go through. That just needed a bit more on there. That's glued down fine there. That's glued down fine there. There's nothing in there. I didn't put that on there. They're glued down, okie dokie. This goes in here. Honestly, it does go in here. Like so. This one, we've got the little boys. That's okay. Got the little boys there. We've got the little ticket just there. We have the lady that we're going to put on here. Let's get her on. Get it on, lady. So she's going to have her wings. I'm going to add her wings on her. Trying to think about where she's going to be. I'll flip her over and put some more on the back in a minute. Just want to get them about right. Okay. Because you don't want them too close to the edge. But I can add a little bit more glue there now. Make sure they're not going anywhere. And this is going to be a tuck spot. And somewhere I did have a card. Did I put it in here? I did. I used the same one as the other one because it's just such a pretty image. And I thought it just looks so nice behind these ladies. So she is going to glue on there, like so. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to add the glue onto the stitching. Lashings of glue. I don't want it coming off. And I'm going to put some glue on there as well. And then she is going nowhere. Slightly, I am conscious of a wings being too far. You have to hold a wing down when you turn the page, otherwise you don't want to having a creased wing, do we? We don't. So that, getting it on, it's like that. So that's done. Right, they're glued on okay. Which one went in there? That lady, didn't she? She went in there. I'm just going to snip that little bit there. There we go. Peeking out that pocket. You are patient with me, folks. You are so patient. We had the two ladies looking out there. That goes there. Where did this one go then? Oh, that one goes in there. I'd lost where my card went. And that one goes in there. Okay, so that's them all in. And then the booklets, I find it best to put the booklets where you have 3 tabs, because it just gives them something to tie onto that little bit better, or to attach to. So I'm just going to tie that in. Fiddly fiddly. Just going to tie that there. I'm useless at tying knots and bows. Those that have followed me for a while will feel my pain at this point. That's one in. And of course, you know, these can be taken out. They don't have to stay in. And then I want another 3. 1, 2, 3. So this one can go in there. I haven't even looked to see if I've put them in upside down or back to front. So they can be taken out and put in again, can't they, if I have got them upside down. I'm not going to die in a ditch over upside down booklet that can be turned around. Telling you. Right, you little ribbon go there. I don't want to pull it too tight, but I don't want it to slip out. That was painful, wasn't it? So there we have it. They have the booklets in as well. It's not pulling too much, not too much strain on the back page there at all. And this one I thought I would have in this pretty lilac colour. So I'm going to thread that through there. It's going to go around the back. And I'm going to tie a terrible carol bow on there. I'm going to tie a knot in the end of that one. I'm going to tie a knot in the end of that one. It just stops it fraying. Got glue all over my fingers. Okay, ta-da! So I have 2 journals. They are exactly the same. Do we need to flip through this last one just to double check now that it's got everything in it? So I showed you a flip through that one. Then this one, we've got the journaling card there. We've got the card in the back there. I'm at a funny angle. We've got 2 journaling cards in that one, same as in the other one. I did put the Tim Holtz girls on that, and it says life was great, meant for a great adventure. We've got those cards in there. We've got the little diamante on that flower. That flower was made by my good friend Laura Bame, who's no longer with us. So that is a very special flower. Whoever gets this journal, please think of Laura. We've got the journal cards in there. Sometimes I think that one flips up with the extra papers. We've got the little booklet that you can take out. That could be, I could have put it in upside down. We've got the little boys. We've got the booklet. We've got the card. Can't remember what I was going to say now. Oh, I think it is easy, maybe, to follow. Beautiful. Follow a format so that if you're making more than one like this, to make two of everything, once you've done one, you know what you're doing to make the next one, rather than trying to think of something different and new each time. That lady ain't going anywhere. She's stuck on there. Beautiful. And it looks pretty when that's out as well, doesn't it? Look. Lovely little girl there peeking out. Got the booklet. We've got the cards. We've got the journal card up there. We've got the card in there. A couple of the little tickets there. Bits of thread on my thumb. We've got the journal card there that I didn't know where it went. Got that journal card in there. The flip. And then this one also has a book. Exactly the same as the other one. I think it's upside down. So it follows the same format. And again, they just need stitching round. Wind it round. And then in the back, it's got the journal card that's from Artie Mays. So they, ta-da, are my two purple journals. I've kept you for 46 odd minutes. I really, really appreciate your time. I hope you try it. I hope you don't get too confused doing the tabs like I did, but just think what you're doing. Okay, take care, folks. Bye.